Hi, I'm Ellen Killian.
And I'm Natalie Buck.
And this is Tower News Network.
Starting off in today's segment, let's hand it off to Sophie, who will tell us a little bit more about the 2014 Super Bowl.
Super Bowl 48 has been making headlines across America as we approach this Sunday's game. The Denver Broncos will match up against the Seattle Seahawks at the MetLife Stadium in New York City. This year's game has had much speculation about the couple feet of snow expected for this weekend. The game could be moved to either Saturday or Monday. For those who are attending the game should bundle up in layers since the temperatures will be in the record lows. This year's halftime show will be performed by Bruno Mars and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And for even more news, the famous Super Bowl commercials have been the buzz around town with high expectations this year. So don't forget to tune in to the Super Bowl this Sunday. Now back to Ellen and Natalie. I'm Sophia Gatewood, and this is Tower News Network.
Thanks, Sophie. Can't wait to tune in and see who wins the game. Now let's hand it off to Claire, who will talk a little more about what goes on during the award ceremonies this season.
Award season for Hollywood is upon us once again, with the People's Choice Awards, the Golden Globes, the Screen Actors Guild, and the Grammys having already taken place. The big winners from the movies and television show side seem to be 12 Years a Slave, American Hustle, Frozen, The Wolf of Wall Street, and Breaking Bad. Daft Punk led the Grammy wins by receiving both Record and Album of the Year. Some people may wonder why there are so many different award shows, because in the end, they all honor the same movies and songs. The answer to this question is simple. People continue to watch and be entertained. After big shows, the big gossip for the next few days is always about who had the best dress, who gave the craziest performance, and who was just plain weird. The commercial slots for the big award shows are coveted in the business world because it gives big companies a place to advertise and have their product seen by many. Another reason for various different award shows is because it allows all of the celebrities a chance to come together and, in a sense, party. Something weird always ends up happening when all the celebrities get together, so we will just have to wait and see what the Academy Awards have in store for us this year. I'm Claire Milner from Tower News Network. Back to Ellen and Natalie.
Thanks, Claire. We all enjoyed those earlier award shows this season. Now we're anxiously waiting for the 2014 Oscars.
Next up, for a more serious issue, let's hand off to Caroline to inform us more on school security.
In the year since 20 first graders were shot and killed at Sandy Hook Elementary, another school shooting has taken place in America every 2 weeks on average. Schools all across the country are boosting their safety precautions in order to lower these frightening statistics. So here at Villa, the Frontenac Police Department and our faculty have been taking crucial measures to ensure our students' and faculty's safety. We all experienced the first of 2 required campus intruder drills back in November, and it is safe to say it was a very different experience imagining a shooter intruding our school. In addition, exterior doors are now locked at all times in order to keep potential danger from entering the school. We've also been told that no one is allowed to let visitors in unless they are authorized at the Portrait d'Or or Duchenne building. Also, off-duty police officers regularly patrol the campus in order to maintain a safe environment. All students who remain on campus outside of school hours are required to remain under direct supervision of a faculty or staff member. It's hard to imagine our well-being put at risk here at Villa, but to ensure we must follow all the precautions. I'm Caroline Edwards from Tower News Network. Now back to Ellen and Natalie.
Thanks, Caroline. Now it's a truly important topic that we need to be aware of.
Flu season seems to be in full swing across the country, including here in St. Louis. Let's switch over to Bridget at Mercy Hospital.
Every year, the flu kills about 30,000 people nationwide. Barnes-Jewish Hospital, right here in St. Louis, has had 9 deaths and 35 people in need of intensive care from contracting the flu within the last couple of months. The most common flu strain circulating this winter is the H1N1 swine flu that first popped up in 2009. The recent deaths at Barnes-Jewish have been among healthy people in their 20s to mid-60s. The hospital is treating up to a dozen flu cases each day, with the sickest patients requiring kidney dialysis and assistance with breathing. Doctors are urging everyone to get a flu shot, which is designed to protect against the H1N1 flu, because the virus can continue circulating into the spring. It is very important during this time to continue washing your hands to stay clean and healthy. I'm Bridget Walsh with Tower News Network. Back to you, Ellen and Emily.
Thanks, Bridget. Who knew the toll that the flu is taking on our city this season?
Switching gears, let's head over to Paige and Mrs. Crammell to inform us more about the adoption process.
For many families, adoption is an excellent option for expanding your family. In our own Villa community, Miss Diana Crammell has experienced adoption firsthand.
So, Ms. Crammell, when did you begin your adoption process?
We started the adoption process in November of 2010, and we went through 6 months of paperwork. They call that the home study process, where you'll take classes and get receipts and medical information and financial information, and you get all that ready and you will send that to your adoption agency. And then at that point you're put on a waiting list, and we started at number 43 on our waiting list, and we got our referral February 27th, 2013, so almost 1 year ago. And I was at school when I got the call, and I was so excited, but I couldn't tell anybody. And so I ran up to Mrs. Bertucci's office and called my husband, and the social worker gave us the information. And because our agency is local, we were actually able to run over that afternoon and see our baby's picture, and it was quite emotional and so awesome and amazing. And then the next day I came and I told a couple people here, and then I sent an email out to all my students and told them the next day. And then after that we have 2 court dates, and 2 important court dates that are part of the process. The first one was May the 10th, and that court date actually took place in Ethiopia. We did not go. The orphanage director went for us. And
So when you traveled to Ethiopia, you traveled twice. So the first time
we traveled twice, but we had to pass our birth parent court date first. So we had that on May the 10th, and on May the 13th, we found out we were leaving for Ethiopia in 5 days. So we left in May of last year, and we traveled and we met our sweet little baby boy, and we were in Ethiopia for 9 days. We had no luggage. They lost our luggage on the flight over there, so we lived in 2 sets of clothes. My husband would wear a shirt one day, and I would wear it the next, and the one I had on the day before he would wear the next day. And we had our court clothes and our carry-on, so we were able to look decent when we went to court. And he officially became a Crammell on May the 22nd, 2013. And sadly we had to leave without him and come back to the United States for 9 weeks. And then in July we went back to get him. We arrived 2 days after his first birthday. So
very good. And so you traveled twice, you brought Banyan home, and so what's your favorite part about being a new mom?
I just love being a mom. I've always wanted to be a mom, and he wakes up every morning and is just the highlight of our lives. He's happy and relaxed and laid back, and he sleeps, and he's such a joy to our family.
We are so excited to finally have Banyan in our Sacred Heart family. Now, Lindsay will dive into a topic that has been popular in our Villa community, Netflix.
Netflix accounts for 1/3 of nightly internet traffic with about 30 million subscribers. Binge watching TV shows or watching full seasons of shows in a short period of time is becoming more and more popular among teens and young adults. Subscribers are drawn in by complete seasons of popular television shows and movies. Favorites of the Villa community include Grey's Anatomy, Friday Night Lights, One Tree Hill, and Gossip Girl. Netflix has also created their own original series, the television show House of Cards, which is only available to watch on Netflix, just recently received the award for Best Performance by an Actress in Television Series Drama from the Golden Globes. Other Netflix originals include Orange is the New Black and Arrested Development. It will be interesting to see how this binge-watching trend continues and what new shows Netflix will produce next. This is Lindsay Danes from Tower News Network. Back to Natalie and Ellen.
Thanks, Lindsay. I think we all can say we have watched Netflix a time or two. That's it for this segment. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Ellen Killian.
And I'm Natalie Buck.
And this is Tower News Network.